What is going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG online video, where today we're going to be taking a look at the Volcanion deck that Igor Costa used this past weekend to take down the Hartford Regional Championships, getting his first ever regionals win. Huge congratulations to Igor. He did share his list over on his Twitter, so I will be leaving a link to his Twitter page down in the description of the video. Definitely go check him out. Drop him a follow over there. And while you're over there, you can also drop TrainerChip a follow. Link to that is always in the description of all of my videos. But without further ado, guys, we're going to go ahead and hop in, take a look at this deck. It has been around for a while now, but, you know, being the first big standard regional event of the year, I don't think this is a deck a lot of people were expecting, and Igor came in and took the whole tournament with it. So let's go ahead and hop in, starting off with Volcanion EX here, the dual-type fire and water Pokemon, the basic Pokemon with the ability Steam Up. Once during your turn, before you attack, you may discard a fire energy card from your hand. If you do, during this turn, your basic fire Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. So really great fire support here. We have several different fire Pokemon that we'll talk about. Then we can use this Steam Up to boost their damage output, and then of course Volcanic Heat, a really solid attack, 130 damage. This Pokemon can't attack during your next turn, but with those Steam Ups we can easily get one-hit knockouts with Volcanic Heat on whatever we could go up against. Of course, we do have 4 copies of that, and 4 copies of the Baby Volcanion, as most people call it, with the Power Heater attack, 20 damage. Choose 2 of your benched Pokemon, attach a Fire Energy card from your discard pile to each of those Pokemon. So really strong synergy with that Steam Up ability. Easy for us to just discard, get some Fire Energies into the discard pile, so that we get those like extra attachments with Power Heater, of course. And also Steam Artillery is not a bad attack at all. Does cost 3 Fire Energies, does 100 damage though. With Fighting Fury Belt, that's 110. Plus the Steam Ups, we can take knockouts with Volcanion as well. We do also have 2 copies of Turtonator GX with the Bright Flame attack, 160 damage. Discard 2 Fire Energy from this Pokemon. This is going to be really key against the Gardevoir matchup specifically. Bright Flame with a Fighting Fury Belt plus 2 Steam Ups is 230 damage, which is enough to knock out a Gardevoir GX that doesn't have any damage on it already. So, and we're also discarding 2 energy, so it makes it really hard for them to return a knockout on our Turtonator. So Turtonator is going to be really key in that matchup and in other matchups as well. We also have Nitro Tank GX here. Attach 5 Fire Energy cards from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way that you like. So just get that extra energy acceleration into play mid to late game. Nitro Tank can be very strong for sure. We, of course, also have the 2 copies of Tapu Lele here, with that Wonder Tag ability, letting us go into our deck and search out a supporter card. Really good and consistent draw card option there. And then also 1 copy of Oranguru for the Instructability. Really great in the late game, and also can be just good, you know, once we get this guy on the bench, we'll probably try to use Instruct every single turn if we can. So there we go. There is the Pokemon side of the deck. We'll go ahead and expand this here and take a look at the rest of the deck. As you can see, it basically fits on 2 rows. Not a lot of techie things in this list, just straight up consistency, which I think is one of the best things when you come to a regional championships, just to make sure that you have something that is very consistent. We do have the 2 copies of Enhanced Hammer here to discard a special energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. Going to be great against Gardevoir that really heavily relies on double colorless energy, and just other decks that use it as well. Splash energies on Greninjas, double colorless energy against Ninetales, stuff like that, even though those 2 matchups are pretty tough regardless. We also have 1 copy of Field Blower here. Just managing our opponent's tools can be nice. Also can get rid of stadiums. Parallel City is really annoying for us to have to deal with. Both sides of that hurt us, and we don't have any stadiums ourselves. So Field Blower is going to be the only way we have to counter a Parallel City from an opponent. We do have 4 copies of Max Elixir to let us look at the top 6 cards and attach an extra Fire Energy. So just getting some more attachments per turn. 1 copy of Super Rod, good to get back Pokemon if we have to discard, like if we need to get back another Volcanion EX, and also just to get back energies. This helps us hit our elixirs later on in the game. 1 copy of Switch, just giving us a little bit of a switching option since we do have that effect with Volcanic Heat where we can't attack. 4 copies of Ultra Ball, letting us discard any 2 cards and going to search out a Pokemon. 4 copies of Guzma, another great way for us to switch out of that Volcanic Heat effect. We also have 1 copy of Lily. You'll notice we're not playing any Bridgets in this deck, no Pokemon Fan Club, no Kiawe, so that means Lily can be a really solid turn 1 supporter. We can Lele for it and draw until we have 8 cards in our hand on our first turn. So Lily is definitely something I think is really solid, a good one of inclusion, and sometimes Lily is just better than like In or Sycamore later on in the game. So Lily is a good option to have. We also have 4 copies of N here, letting each player shuffle their hand into their deck, drawing the amount of cards they have equal to the number of prize cards they have remaining. I think I said that kind of weird, but you get the gist. Great draw supporter for us early on in the game. Shuffle draw is always nice to have. And then also, of course, disruption for later on in the game on our opponent's side. 4 copies of Professor Sycamore, letting us discard our hand and draw 7 new cards. 4 copies of Fighting Fury Bell, boosting the damage and the HP of all of our Pokemon, since everything in our deck is a basic. 2 copies of Floatstone, making sure that we can get out of that Volcanic Heat effect once again, like I said. And 15 Fire Energies. That's a lot of fire, but 15 energies, that rounds out the deck right there, guys. And without further ado, let's hop onto the Versus Ladder and see if we can't grab a couple of games and get a couple of wins. As always, guys, if you enjoy these Pokemon TCG online videos, please be sure to leave a like on the video. Lets me know that you enjoy it a lot and helps support me a ton. So it looks like we're going up against a Volcanion mirror match to start things off. So we do win the flip. Going first can be really good here. Just give us that extra turn to get set up. This is honestly one of the matchups where... What is this hand? Well, this might be over actually pretty quickly, guys, because we drew a lot of energy and no draw supporter. But we'll see if we can top deck something out of this. And he gets 3 Pokemon in play. We start probably the worst starter in the deck. And it is Ho-Oh Salazzle, actually, not Volcanion. Okay, so we will just go with Ultra Ball. I think we'll go... And yeah, we're just going to get a Lele with this. We'll get rid of the fire and I guess just the enhanced hammer. That's pretty useless. And yeah, we will get Lele. We could go for Lily and draw 4 cards off the top. Is that better than Shuffle Draw 6? Also, Sycamore is like okay. We get rid of a lot of fires and a Guzma. Guzma's kind of bad to get rid of. So we could go for Lily and or Sycamore. We do have all 3 of our other Guzmas, and we have 10 fires in the deck still. I really don't want to run out of fires because, well, we don't really need them as much in this matchup to steam up with, so we might just grab Sycamore with this, actually. So we go Lele. I think we either get Sycamore, and we're not going to get Lily with this hand. Normally, we don't want to discard this many fires on the first turn because we want to have access to them later on to use Steam Up, but we're going to be attacking with Volcanion EX a lot, and everything in his deck is weak to water. Well, I guess except for Ho-Oh. So if he just goes big with Ho-Oh, I think we will just get a Sycamore. We could also attach to Lele in case he does get a turn 1 Kiawe onto Ho-Oh. And that way we can attach again to Lele and just hit it for like 100 or whatever. So we get some damage on that guy. But I think we will just... I think we'll just Sycamore. I think it's fine. So we do get to attach to a Volcanion EX, which is nice. Maybe Turtonator's a better attachment, honestly. And we did prize our other Lele, I remember seeing. So we'll go ahead and attach here. I want to get that extra card draw this turn if we can, so we'll do this and then instruct for 1. We get a Volcanion. So that's pretty good. We know our other Lele's prized, otherwise we'd leave a bench spot open probably. So we'll see what my opponent can do. Yeah, I think I want to start off with Turtonator in this matchup. Once the Ho-Oh goes down, then we can go in with a Volcanion EX. Looks like we're just going to see a manual attachment. Choice Band goes on to the Salandit on the bench. Steam Up will discard 1 Fire Energy. And let's see a Sycamore. Okay. So no Kiawe turn 1, which is good. Kind of slows them down a little bit. They do have to discard a Salazzle GX. A lot of the Ho-Oh Salazzle decks are not running the Baby Volcanion, so they don't have that additional energy acceleration. And we could, like, go for a Guzma plus Nitro Tank play. don't hate it. Yeah, I think we'll just go for Guzman Nitro Tank. There's only 4 in there, but it's still pretty good. We'll instruct for 1 first. Yeah, we'll go instruct for 1. Get a Floatstone, that's pretty good. And we'll Nitro Tank GX. Attach 4 fire energies. We'll go 1 to the active, and then I think we might just go 3 onto a Volcanion EX. I don't want to just give him... Well, he's not going to be able to power this up. I think we'll just go 3 onto a Volcanion EX, honestly. Next turn, worst case scenario, we can Shell Trap, or we can, if we like find a way to get 2 energies next turn, we can take a knockout after a Steam Up and a Bright Flame. So, he does have a Floatstone. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. I did kind of want to bring this guy up just in case he did have a Floatstone, but if he didn't have the Floatstone, I would rather knock this out than knock out the Salandit. So I don't hate either play necessarily, but looks like he got rid of a switch, so he would have had a switching option either way. So it didn't end up mattering. I guess this technically is better because this keeps him from being able to put a different tool on Volcanion EX. So Volcanion EX, of course, will hit all these Pokemon for weakness except for the Ho-Oh, and Turtonator will not because it is not a fire Pokemon, or a water Pokemon, excuse me. So I'm assuming this is just going to get an N, or a Sycamore, yeah. I was thinking Sycamore, but I said N for some reason. So next turn, if we can find a supporter, we can make something happen. My opponent actually just concedes there. Interesting. That game was definitely not over, but yeah, they're just going to go ahead and scoop it up. So we will we'll take it. We didn't do any damage. All we did was Nitro Tank, but we'll go ahead and hop in and try to grab another game, I guess, and see what happens. So yeah, I mean, I guess that happens sometimes. He just drew the 7 cards off of his Sycamore, didn't like them, said, hey, I don't think I'm going to be able to win this, and scooped. I guess. I don't think you should ever scoop in that instance because the game was still, like, it was still anyone's game for sure. But we will take the win where we get the wins. So we'll see if we can find another opponent and hop in and grab another game. The things we're hoping to avoid are going to be Greninja. It's a hard matchup. It's definitely winnable, as we saw by the fact that Igor did beat it in the finals. It looks like we're going up against another Volcanion deck. Or, well, the last one was Ho-Oh Salazzle, so maybe this one will be more Volcanion-based. My opponent will, of course, get to go first. And this start is a little better, but not too much. I mean, if we start Baby Volcanion, I think we're, like, super good to go, but doesn't always happen for us, of course. We can get a turn 1 Lily for a decent amount of cards, it looks like. So we may go for that. But we'll see what my opponent gets going on their side of the field. Is this Volcanion or is it Ho-Oh Salazzle? And looks like it is indeed Volcanion. So this is definitely the most popular Volcanion list currently. So I would not be surprised if this is just a straight up like 60 card mirror. But we will see. We will see what it is. Yeah, so it looks like he's just going to attach to Volcanion, and we see a Sycamore. The Max Elixir did go onto the Volcanion EX. I'm actually not going to be putting any energies onto Turtonator here because it's very likely that our opponent can knock it out this turn. All they would need would be a Max Elixir and an attachment. And they do put down a Brooklet Hill for us, which allows us to go get a Volcanion EX. Search the deck real quick. Do we even have the Lily? We actually, one of the times we could have used Lily, and we don't even have access to it, unfortunately. So we'll grab the Volcanion EX. We will Ultra Ball. Are we just going to Sycamore this hand? We only have 1 Sycamore left in the deck because we prized one. So we'll definitely Ultra Ball, get rid of an Enhanced Hammer. And a Sycamore? We could just Lele Guzma and get a Power Heater off and get an attachment. That seems kind of slow. We do have the switch and 2 float stones. We'll go ahead and steam up. And I think we're just going to Sycamore. We could Lele for an N just to keep a Sycamore in the deck, but I think Sycamore is okay there. It does feel a little bad. We didn't get a switch card, but we can maybe dig a little bit. What, we Ultra Ball away this and this. We go get a Rangaroo. We can get that guy in play. We can Max Elixir. We do hit. We'll put that on Volcanion EX, of course. I really want to use his Brooklet Hill next turn, but yeah, what are the chances off of 35 cards we get a switch card? Yeah, I think we just hold it, and next turn we do have Guzma, which is a switch card, basically. So we'll just click done. I guess I could have held the Ultra Ball because then that becomes a Lele this turn, but I was thinking that I was going to Rangaroo this turn, but it's okay. I think we'll be fine. So he does attach to a different Volcanion EX, and like I said, I didn't use Brooklet Hill because I want to use it this next turn to get another Volcanion EX in play, even though he would be able to get one, and we do see an N, which I'm totally fine with because our hand was, we were going to be relying on top decks plus Instruct a little bit. And we do find a Floatstone, one of our switch cards. So it looks like my opponent chose not to play it. They chose to play it a little safer. They could have potentially dug and tried to get a knockout this turn, but by doing this, they're going to set up basically 2 Volcanions this turn. So they're in a really strong position actually right now. But we will also be able to get 2 Volcanions set up. He actually is playing Starmie, which is a really good card to have we don't have access to. So we'll just probably see a Power Heater and attach to both Volcanion EXs. And that is what he does. We do get another Floatstone, so double floats. And we actually don't even have the other Lele in the deck, so that's fine. We can attach. We can double steam up and put a Floatstone in play. Yeah, we'll steam up. We could Ultra Ball those cards away as well, but I think it's... and draw like 3 cards, but this should be fine for us. Actually, Floatstone isn't that great on Volcanion EX because once it comes up, it's probably going to just get knocked out. And we do get a Guzma and an N, so we'll definitely... we can hold it and try to Guzma next turn, but I think we should just go ahead and end here. We do get Fighting Fury Belt, which is okay. And another Steam Up. Do we want to put Fighting Fury Belt on anything? I don't think so. We'll just go for Power Heater. Do hit 110. If we had a bench spot and could have gotten another Volcanion EX in play, then we would have been good to go, because then we could have steamed up and knocked out Baby Volcanion, but we really don't even want to knock it out. We want to stay on even prizes if we can. He does have a Starmie in play, so that's a potential prize later on in the game for us. We're going to see Field Blow. We're going to get rid of probably just the Floatstones. Yep. And we would love to top deck a Guzma this turn if we can. So Steam Up coming out. There was Steam Up number 1. We are out of Floatstones, so our only switching cards left are Guzmas plus a switch. And he's actually going to Kiawe this turn. Okay, and put all the energy on a Ho-Oh, I assume. Just 3 energies, okay. So is he out of energies? That's interesting. So we can Field Blower. I think we definitely just attach. We still have a decent amount of, yeah, 3 elixirs left. And he's down a bunch of his. So... yeah, we're going to try to dig for a Guzma. We're only going to draw 1 card, though, but we could still potentially get it. Instruct. Guzma. No, no such luck. Yeah, so we're going to just probably Power Heater this turn, then, if that's the case. Three, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. 2 fire energies left. So not a super high odds elixir. I think we'll just hold that if that's the case. And we'll Power Heater. I think we can go 1-1 on Turtonator. Yeah. We do go on to the odd prizes, but like I said, we might be able to knock out a Starmie later on, which will be good. So it looks like he's bringing up his Volcanion. We'll see if they have a Guzma this turn. I guess if we don't end that turn, it's less odds that they get a Guzma this turn, since they had a pretty large hand last time, and now they have a... they had a pretty small hand last turn, now they have a pretty large hand. So maybe we should have not played the N. But we're just going to see a Field Blower. That'll get rid of the Fighting Fury Belt. And they do get the Guzma. And what do they knock us out with? Okay, Volcanion. So they're not going to knock us out with Ho-Oh, which is good. And we can get the return knockout with a Volcanion EX. They're going to Ultra Ball to thin some stuff out. Kiawe and Lele. Do get rid of a Lele. And they get the Oranguru, so they have their own Instruct going. Okay, so we're going to want to find a Fighting Fury Belt this turn to put on Volcanion EX. If we can, so that way he can't knock us out with Ho-Oh, since Ho-Oh's not weak to water. And we can maybe Elixir onto Turtonator. But they're going to see what else they're going to want to do. They do still have Instruct, I believe. I don't think they've used it yet. And looks like they will just Volcanic Heat, take the knockout, and strike the first 2 prize blood. Okay, so we'll send up Volcanion EX. We get a switch, so that can be useful for sure. We'll attach to the active. I think should just hold the N. No, I think we go ahead and N. And I think we hold the Elixir as well, since we're going to put 2 energies back. And yes, we'll get fewer cards, so that's fine. We could have put the Baby Volcanion in play, which would have been fine. And we actually do find the Fighting Fury Belt. We draw a Max Elixir again, but unfortunately do draw 2 energies as well. So this forces him to knock us out with the Volcanion EX. If we go ahead and attach this here, right? Which is correct. Yes. Yes. So So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 2 left in 18 cards once again. I think we need to go ahead and try to get it and get 2 energies on it. Oh, and we hit it. Nice. So you got to get a little lucky in some instances like that, and that was definitely really important to go ahead and hit that energy. So we'll Volcanic Heat. Actually, maybe it would have been better to put that energy here and try to go for next turn Guzma, KO, Starmie, or Oranguru, as opposed to this. But yeah, this does force him to KO us with the Volcanion EX. He has already used 2 Field Blowers. I'm pretty sure he won't be playing anymore. So, and he's probably not playing the full 4 Volcanion EXs. He might actually only be... I've seen some lists that only play 2 if they're playing Ho-Oh and Turtonator. So that might mean if we get a Fighting Fury Belt onto Volcanion EX, he can't knock it out with Ho-Oh next turn, which would be huge. For sure. So, yep, we'll see Volcanic Heat does knock us out. And, okay, so if we bring this up, we have to find a Fighting Fury Belt this turn. And we have 2 left. We could end him to 2, but I think we're just going to Sycamore to go for it. There we go, never mind. So now we can end him, actually. So we'll do this. Fighting Fury Belt. And yeah, we just go for N. To make it harder for him to hit his... If he has 1 more Volcanion EX, I'm sure he's probably either playing 2 or 3. I would be very surprised if he played 4 Volcanion EX. So he may just be out of them after this, meaning he won't be able to kill the Fighting Fury Belted guy. If he does pop out a third thing, I would be very surprised. A third, what's it called? Field Blower. We'll go ahead and put Volcanion. We'll instruct for 1, because then that means the top 7 cards could be energy. Okay. Oh, actually, Super Rod helps us to hit this Elixir. And we need to draw energy next turn, basically. Yeah. We'll go Max Elixir. Nice. And we have Instruct plus Guzma to next turn try to hit Guzma for Starmie for the game. So Volcanic Heat. And let's see, he needs, there's our Lily, and the fourth Fighting Fury Belt. So he's hitting for 190. So he just needs 1 Volcanion EX and 1 Steam Up, and that would give him the game. If it's in the deck, he wins. Because he has Starmie, he just has to Space Beacon, and that gives him the Steam Up he needs for the game. So yeah, maybe that 1 turn, this all goes back to, I think that 1 turn I maybe shouldn't have ended because that gave him more chances to find Guzma. But yeah, that was a close one for sure. For sure. But yeah, and he did play a 3rd Field Blower. Okay. So he had lots of outs to win the game this coming turn. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll give him the well played for sure. And, yeah, that will be game number 2. We'll grab another game for sure to see if we can get another win. It looks like we did do some damage. So we finished a daily challenge, 35 coins. I'm not level 3 yet on fire, unfortunately. But yeah, we'll go with this one. Ooh, we can get a pack today. Knockouts. Well, we probably won't knock out 16 Pokemon though. So, yep, we will go ahead and grab another game, like I said. Close one, and yeah, like I said, I think I just should have played that 1 turn a little differently, and that could have maybe made a difference. But yeah, we'll go ahead and click the play button and see what happens. See if we can't grab 1 more win to close out the video today to do the regional champion winning deck justice. and close this one out. So we'll see if we can find an opponent and get into this. Like I said, we're trying to dodge things like Greninja, trying to dodge Ninetales, and looks like we did do that, and I'm gonna guess Metal, Water, Psychic, Fairy, probably Rainbow Road? Probably? The Metal could just be like a Jirachi as well, though, and that could be... This could be Xerneas Break, potentially, as well. But we do get to start Volcanion, which is our starter of choice. Our optimal starter, I should say. Or Vikavolt Tapu Bulu with the Clefairy. There we go. So this is a deck that did get top 8 this past weekend using the Clefairy from Evolutions, the useful Metronome attack. Oh, never mind. It is Metagross. Is it Metagross? Probably Metagross. We see Metal Energy. So this Lele will likely be finding a... what's it called? A Bridget. So if that's the case, we will probably see some Beldums come out into play. And yeah, this is usually a pretty good matchup for Volcanion. We'll have to see what happens, though. Looks like they will probably retreat into Vulpix. They don't want to just let Clefairy go down instantly. We would need a... Okay, let's go ahead and attach. We can Lily here. Or we can just end. I think we'll go for the Lily. We've got it in the deck. We've got to use it at least once in the video. It may have been fine to just like play in there. Well, no, they've only got 3 cards, so I think Lily's fine. We'll draw a decent amount of cards here. All we need is a Fighting Fury Belt or a Steam Up. Or 2 Steam Ups, excuse me. Fighting Fury Belt and a Steam Up, or 2 Steam Ups. And that'll give us the knockout on the Vulpix, which would be really good. We don't get it. It doesn't look like we can maybe dig a little bit for it. We can Ultra Ball away, Turtonator. Really kind of want to keep a Rangaroo around. And we'll get rid of an N. We'll go get the Volcanion EX. This is one of those decks that I just kind of always wish I had. Kind of always wish that I had Brooklet Hill with me, but I do not have it, unfortunately. So we can go ahead and Max Elixir hit 1. Max Elixir again, and we'll just go on to Volcanion EX with this again. So we need Fighting Fury Belt or Fire Energy plus Volcanion in order to get this. We do have 4 Fighting Fury Belts in the deck. We got Volcanion EX plus Fire Energy, so we will take it. And that gives us the knockout onto the Vulpix, plus a fully powered Volcanion EX already on turn number 1. That was a really good turn 1. And we have a Sycamore to finish to start the next turn off. He does get a Rare Candy Metagross turn 2. Did send up Lele for the turn. And just a Sycamore. Vulpix comes down, so they do play 2 Vulpix. Attach Retreat Beacon. I would assume. We could also attach Retreat and Algorithm GX. But yeah, they decide not to do that, wisely so, I think. And we'll see what they go with, what they get with the Beacon here. They're going to go ahead and Ultra Ball and get down another Beldum, most likely, which I think is wise. They want to try to have as many in play as they can. Actually getting him a Tang. So if we top deck a Guzma and take out like the Metagross, that would be really strong here. We're just going to see the Geotech system. Brings an energy to the active. I guess so they can retreat it next turn if we whiff a KO. So Beacon will probably just find a Metagross and a Beldum. A Tang? I don't really get getting the Matang there, but, you know, to each their own. We actually do top deck a Guzma, which means we can just take out a Metagross and really we have no threat of this Volcanion EX going down. No threat at all this coming turn. Yeah, my opponent's just going to go ahead and concede. That's, as you can see, definitely just a really strong matchup. We were going to get a knockout with a fire Pokemon to get closer to our pack, but unfortunately did not end up happening. So that is going to do it for today's video, guys. We did get 3 games. Unfortunately, one was really close, and we did end up losing, but definitely really fun. Once again, huge congratulations to Igor on his regional championship win. I will be leaving a link to his Twitter, like I said, down in the description of this video. Please go drop him a follow over there. Show him some love. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out some of my other videos you see on the screen now. And that's going to do it for me. I'm going to get out of here, guys. And until next time, take care.